Hello and welcome to another Franchise Hockey Manager stream. My name is Adam. I'm the Community Manager of Franchise Hockey. With me, as always, and not digitally pictured on your screen, is FHM producer Jeff. Say hi, Jeff.
Hi, Jeff.
And we are back with talking about Franchise Hockey Manager 12, as I was trying to decide what to call this, as we do a deep dive into some more of the new features. Jeff, we are T minus 9 days
8 days.
from release? 8 days from release.
23rd. It's the 15th
Yeah.
today. Week will be 22 and Thursday morning. Next Thursday morning. Or
Yes, so we're
afternoon,
getting
depending on
very
where you
close to
are.
release. Yeah. And so we want to take this opportunity to talk more about things. Now, before we go too far, Bosco's in the chat and he wants a question answered. He's tossed it in twice, Jeff, so let's get to it right away. Is Division One championship of national teams to be an FHM 12 historical?
The second level of the World Championships, no, it'll only be the top level.
Okay.
Just not enough depth in the player database to go down that far.
There you go, Bosco. All right.
Okay, so got a couple of what we're going to do here. I think is obviously this is the your first look at the live version of the FHM 12 save or start screen. Just to caveat here, this isn't there's a lot there where there's been a lot of changes since this build, but this one is stable, so I'm going to use this. So there's a few things you'll probably see in here that have been fixed or updated since we I originally created the game. But I'll try to tell you what those are. But what we've done is I'm going to start this off with a historical game just to show off a couple of the new things. So the 98 Canucks. So there he is, Adam. Get the joke in.
What joke? You mean your future and current captain?
Yep, there he is.
Jeff's favorite Canuck of all time?
Definitely. Okay, yeah. All right. There's Messi. Enough of that, though. So I'm gonna run through a few of the new things here. Let's actually we should probably
Put him on the trade block?
yeah. No, I'll set this up later. Also, I'll do the training right off the start.
All right.
So the
While you're doing that,
starting screens. What? Oh, go ahead.
no, it's fine. Go ahead.
Or actually, no, I should get the AI to set up or cut the roster down first, and then I'll do the training. So that is the there's some differences on this training screen, but we'll get to those when we get closer to the regular season. But the new training program screen. So this is the preseason training. We're coming into this in August, so there's enough time to show you what's going on here. The way this works is you've got a number of you can set a specified number of players, which basically depends on the quality of your coaching staff, on special training programs during the off season. If you want to improve somebody in a particular area or even a general area, the guy we should probably target here. Well, let's see. Yeah, McKay.
Messier?
No. I don't think Messi is going to be improving at 37.
Fair enough.
Actually, wait.
Matthias Oland, yes.
Oh, did I mess this up here? Hang on, let me. Oops, I may have done this wrong. Okay, yeah, that should normally give me a training menu when I start that up, but I think we may have an issue here with starting in historical games, which is not a problem because I can show you that in the because I think it's considering this as the start of the regular, is the start of the season, so it's not letting you do it the first one. So the trigger is July 1st. That's why, but it'll work fine in the other save, so I will show you this there. But the the new thing we can show you here is you can see before on the you would normally have a, what was it? I can't even remember at this point. It was just a checkbox. If you wanted to select a player for a training bonus, this is the bonus that, or this is the training that's sort of ongoing through the season. But what we can do here is pick a particular area. Let's, who's the high potential? Okay, yeah, McCabe. And we want to probably improve McCabe a little on the defensive side. And let's say we want to bump up his defensive read. What I can do is find a defensive column, defensive training, and if I don't scroll off it, defensive read. And you can see that what that's doing is setting the lowering the bonus in the same way you would if you would in the old system. If you had just clicked the checkbox, you would have been able to pick a certain number of players, and the training bonus would go down with each of them. It'll do the same thing here. You can also, let's do this with say Marcus Naslund, and I can set that to general training, which gives, that's basically the equivalent of the old bonus system.
Nice.
And I will just set up a few of these. I'm not paying too much attention here, and you can see it going down as I add players, just the way it used to in the old system. And the one thing that I'll show you this in a sec. You can't do is can't set specifically. We thought about allowing you to do this, but it seemed a little weird to be able to force players, like specifically request players' tendencies to go up and down, like their aggressiveness. That's something that you kind of develop naturally, leadership and so on. So you can only choose the general, which is the, like I said before, the old system for mental training.
Which makes sense to a point.
Yeah. And other than that, this pretty much works fairly similar to the old system, but when you're selecting the specific training, it will be a little bit harder for the player to get an improvement in that category. It won't be quite as fast as it used to be. And what am I still got offensive here? And I'm just spamming stuff here to get it completed. Okay, I've left the bonuses a little high, but you get the general idea.
Yeah. Smelly Wrestling Geek says, but not as random either.
Yeah, and it's
as things, yeah.
Which is not as random, but there's still a slight random element to it. So when you're choosing a specific category, you're much more likely to get a attribute improvement in that category, but it's not 100% guaranteed. It can still go a little sideways, and you may get a different attribute improved. So keep that in mind if you've chosen, say, acceleration, like I've got for Schaefer there. I may get speed or agility, something a little different than what I'd asked for. But it's the odds of getting the improvement you want are much higher once you've targeted the specific one. And that's the training. The other, or at least half the training, I'll show you the rest when we get to the other save. Tactics, the new thing here is, you see the AI has already set up your tactics as I requested it. And if I go to this Manage Tactics button, which is new, oops, I think they might have broke something here. Hang on. Oh no, I'm an idiot. I just didn't choose the right thing. Save tactics. and save that. And I think this is the one that's fixed. Yeah, I've got to go. It's working properly now, but in this build, I have to go in and off the screen to see. You can see that Tactics 1 then appears in the menu. And if I want to, change a couple of these, and then I decide, no, I don't like that, want to go back, hit Tactics 1, and boom, we're back to where we started. And you can,
Excellent.
I'm not sure what the upper limit is on those. It's pretty high, but you can preset a bunch of tactics. One of the things I think you could do with this that would be interesting would be to have different tactics for different types of teams coming up. So if you'd have, for teams a little more physical and you want to play like that against them, you could have a physical set of tactics and then swap back and forth, or anything you can really think of that wouldn't be that you could match up to a specific opponent on.
It makes sense. Just asking another question from the chat. So Bosco continuing to ask, is there any updates on custom games, and most specifically for including college stuff?
No college and custom yet. That's going to be pretty complicated to do. I'd like to do it at some point, but there's a lot of stuff that has to be hard coded for the college system, like the special drafts and various other things. We're going to have to go with a simple version of it first, and then eventually get it in. But it's something on the wish list, but it's not in the immediate future.
Okay,
I was going to show for the
following that up. Really quick, he just says, can you min-max age setting in custom leagues on setup?
Oh, for the league ages, no, not yet. There's a couple of issues with that would break some things. That we would have to there would be some restrictions on that. It would be, again, it would be kind of messy to do, but not at the moment. The other thing I was going to show here, see, there we go. That is showing up on screen, isn't it? Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Sometimes it doesn't transfer properly from onto the stream, but you can see the whole description of the new training systems and all the details there. That is a new help system. It's not quite every year yet, and we probably got to update a few of these screens, but basically this replaces the old online manual, which was a huge nuisance to update every year. I wound up having to upload the same damn pictures over and over again, or at least new versions of them over and over again, and it's kind of annoying. It'll be much easier for us to keep updated going forward in this, and it'll be obviously much easier for you guys to have the information right there. Just hit F1. We had something else mapped to F1 before. I can't remember what it was offhand. But
somebody mentioned this in the last chat, and I forget what it was now or last week, but it was something.
I think whatever was on F1 is, was it F3 they changed it to? But it's, that's probably in a help menu somewhere. But then, that's, you can call up the F menu, F1 menu when you want, and for most screens it'll show you what's, like, there's the roster screen, and it'll tell you what's going on there. Tactic saving, help, let's see, I think what I'll do here is flip this all over to AI control and run this forward just so you can see how this season turns out. But I want to get this up to the new World Championships, which starts April 25th. And it should tear through this because it's, if I don't put it on yearly saves. And I'll go the day before, and then we can also go back after I let this run. Oops. I always forget to turn that off. Don't exit autoplay for anything.
But if you put Messier up on the block, you could trade him when you get a good offer.
Actually, did I have that on 2D mode for the simulator? I should turn that off. Okay, this time I'll get it right. Okay, just running through the preseason. Anything else we got to cover that I can show you here? I can a couple of the new league reports we can take a look at. Should I should be able to find a couple of the new trade stories too that tell you a little bit more about why the trade was made. If I can find some examples of that. And yeah, you can see Vancouver is actually going slightly better than it did historically, I think, but still not good. And of course, you can see Messier in the scoring leaders, right?
Yeah.
Or not.
Well, if you had some help.
You had McGillney.
Now McGillney's not scoring.
And Bure was holding out if they had re-signed him. Oh, they have re-signed him. Look at that. Okay, so we're going to do a little better. I saw Bure's name flash up on the goals leaders momentarily there. Okay,
Well, that'll help.
AI made a good move.
Oh, there's some names on this team that I do remember, especially playing for the Manitoba Moose eventually.
Oh yeah, I forgot
Like
because you guys would have been
Chubarov.
Yep.
No, they weren't until 2001, but
and Canucks actually leading the division. Probably has a lot to do with Bure getting Bure. Probably has a lot to do with getting that.
big issue was when they got Vancouver, they forced them to have a bad coach eventually.
Was that Smeel?
Yep.
Yeah. Did they ever have Jack McElharkey as the coach in Manitoba?
Nope. No, not as a head coach, anyways. Smeel was the only one who got.
So,
well, no, that's not true.
They didn't get the worst possible coach then.
Well,
Okay.
Smeel was pretty terrible.
Okay, go a couple more.
Smelly Wrestling Geek asks, any new hints or clues in game to help people with tactics?
No, nothing other than the main change in the tactics was the ability to save and load. Okay, let me just poke through the news here and see if I can find some trade stories that a little light on the trading. Surprisingly light, actually. Okay, yeah, you can see here Colorado's looking to add depth there, so it tells you that in the first part of the announcement. Colorado looking to add skills, so pick up Sandus Ozolinsh. Yeah, that makes sense.
So, Jeff, we explained this before, but right now you can see a bunch of numbers beside the age in brackets.
Yeah, that's
what's that?
just I'm playing in debug mode, so that's if something is wrong with the message, the numerical sequence there just tells me where in the text database to look it up, and so it's easier.
No, not that. I mean, beside the players.
Oh, that's just another debugging thing that we've got in at the moment, giving you an idea of the approximate value of the player. I can't remember if we've got that set right now to show it from the team perspective, or if that's just unmodified. If it's, I think that may be unmodified. If it was from a team perspective, it would be higher or lower. And yeah, Washington looking to improve their middle line, so they get Rob DeMaio from Boston. But that should just give you, it's not a ton of new text, but it'll give you an idea of why the AI is doing the things it does. World Championship, are we up there yet? One more day.
Image chilling in the chat says Zamnoff with 90 points is crazy. Zamnoff was a good player.
Briefly,
yeah.
And yeah, we're in the kind of height of the dead puck area, so Yash is the only guy that hits 100 points. And
Zamnoff, oh yeah.
So in the playoffs, but you can see there is the World Championships. Now, if you go up and look up, if you go look up the actual World Championships from this season, you'll get a different set of teams, unless we got remarkably lucky here. The way this works is the AI or the game is checking the roster size of all the various countries that have players in the game, and I can't remember, it verifies that the team is going to have enough players to play in the tournament, and then it evaluates the strength of each roster and chooses the top. I think the default is 16 teams, and then if it can't do 16, it'll drop down to 12 and set up a 12-team tournament. I think it'll go as, is it 6 or 8? Don't think it'll go down to 4. Oh no, wait a minute. No, it's more than that. I think it might be 8. So you can get different sizes of tournament based on the number of national teams that are available, which is kind of a bigger factor in the earlier years, where it's there aren't quite as many international players in the database. But here we're playing in almost 2,000, so there's plenty of them out there. And let's just run this forward a week and see how it goes. Actually, I'm curious to see who wound up on Team Canada roster.
Always interesting to know.
Oh, that's odd. Is it not taking NHLers? Right.
Did they all say no?
No, I think. Oh, I know. I wonder if he did that backwards. We were originally getting NHLers in the earlier tournaments, and
Oh, so
I wonder if reversed. It was supposed to be before 77. No NHLers. I think we might have the sign pointed in the wrong direction here. So it's Finland.
well,
Yep.
that's why we test.
Yeah, bet you that's what it is. So that'll make the
Yep.
later World Championships interesting, but we'll get that fixed. We'll make it.
And I will point out again, just as we are, this is a beta version of the game right now.
Yeah. And close to release, and there's a bunch of fixes that are in already, but you just won't see them in this build. But what the heck? Let's just play that out at the end of the year. See who gets the cup, and then I'll switch over to the game that Adam set up, which is in the far future. What is it? 2042?
Something like that.
Oh, come
Boiled
on!
egg
Did you see what happened
says
there?
no, I missed it. Does it only populate players not in the NHL playoffs? So I think we answered that.
Yeah, in this period, well, what it should be doing after 77 is taking players who it'll take NHL contracted players if their team is still active, or if their team is now inactive. So this season they either didn't make the playoffs or they get knocked out before the tournament starts. But look at this, Game 7. Come on.
That's a very Connect thing. On brand.
4-1. What does Messier do in the final game?
No, it's all right, Boiling Egg.
Yeah.
We literally were just talking about it. I just want to
Yeah.
clarify that again for anyone who else might be coming in, because we know people are coming in and out or be watching this on YouTube.
Yeah. And the World
Because we know
Championship
there's
with the
excitement.
non-NHL rosters winds up being going to Russia with a 3-2 win over Finland, and the final in Canada struggles to 1-2. Did they even make the? It lost to Finland in the opening round.
Yeah.
Okay, so made a note of that, and I'll keep that safe.
And again, this is why we
Show
test,
that to
test,
Moffat,
and
yeah.
test, and test. And
But
again,
let's have a look at your game. You can see all the various.
not right now, Bosco. We can't show past formats of historical World Championship. But as talked about, it'll vary depending on how many players are available for different teams.
Yeah, it's generally this. It'll, like I said, it'll start with the default is trying for a 16-team format, and then it'll drop down if it doesn't have enough teams with full rosters to do 16, down to 12, down to 8.
So, Jeff, another question from the chat. Can you import historical minor league teams? We have importing previous NHL teams. Can we do minor leagues yet?
Not yet, but that's actually, let me make a note of that. That's a good thing for an update, isn't it?
Yes. So that will be something that is coming at some point. It's on the list, as we like to say.
I don't. Yeah, I can't think of any reason why that. Yeah, that should work. That should be a matter of setting a few things up. So that would be a good target for one of the early or maybe the first content update. Okay, but here is Adam's game. We're in the far future, where the Penguins have won the cup in the previous season.
Yeah, so I've
And
been
what am I telling
running
you?
some longer
There we
longer
go. See,
sims.
so it's a valid sim because the Canucks have won a cup here.
Oh, you didn't even put the NHL logos back in when I sent it to you?
Oh yeah, so, no, okay, my bad. No, because I was just looking at this last night for testing stuff, and I didn't bother. Adam just sent me the data files, and I didn't bother putting the team logos in. Didn't think to put them up for the show. So yeah, obviously in a real game, you're going to have the proper NHL logos and everything.
Yeah. If the Leafs have won the cup, you have to scrap the code and start over. That's my actually.
Well,
When Jeff asked me how the save was going, I said, "There's a huge problem. The Canucks have won the cup."
fortunately, in the save though, we're what 16 years in,
Oh, this
and no Leaf wins. Although it looks like the Oilers. Oh, actually, no, wait, no, two Canuck wins. Two Oiler wins, one Flame win, and that's it for Canadian teams. But what I wanted to do here, I need to take over a team anyhow, so let's just take the Canucks here.
I am shocked you decided to take the Canucks. Absolutely shocked.
And I think what we'll show you here is the new, the whole draft day experience. And then I wanted to show you that other aspect of the training that I couldn't show you at the start of the historical game. And yeah, if you're coming in late, this is just a long-term test game. That's why you don't recognize most of the players. Oh, they got an Englishman playing for the Canucks.
There is some fantastic names as Jeff and I were exploring the save too
Keith
throughout.
Moosmay. I like that. Okay, anyhow. Oh, that's where I was going. The new league reports, staff rankings. Well, let's go to the basic team ranking first, and it will evaluate which team around the league has the best staff. So apparently not Vancouver. Literally the worst one in the I wonder if it's not counting the human player correctly. Might have to check on that. But yeah, it's according to this, we're the worst. We have the worst front office in the league.
So
And
I was your old guy
San
with
Jose, with Mike
no.
Grier still around, has the best. But and then you've also got rankings for the individual GMs, coaches, even the assistant coaches, scouts, and there's a trainer ranking as well. Oh, we got the best trainer in the league, so that's better. And the other thing, it's not really going to be. Well, actually, no. What I'll do here is uh, swap to, let's say, the WHL. Whoops. And go to the alumni rankings. And what it's doing here is going to show the best players who used to play in this league and are now somewhere else. So this is a nice thing if you're playing in a junior league or college league or a lower level league. You can have a look through here and see which of the teams is producing the best players that go on to bigger and better things. And not a lot of Kelowna in there. Very little. Oh, there we go. There's one. But it'll tell you the team that they're currently with and the team in the league that they were or I think it's the if they were with multiple teams, I think it takes the longest serving one. And then it just gives you an evaluation on the next page of who is producing the most talent overall. So Edmonton seems to be doing the best in this game, and Portland and Red Deer down the bottom. And similar things for for Pro League as well. There's the FPHL and any of the various playable leagues.
Which there are lots of.
Yeah.
And again, this question was asked in a previous one, but Jeff,
Either.
was there any additional playable leagues added this year?
Not this year. It's running into some speed issues, and there wasn't. I'm not sure there's anything really urgently compelling that we want to put in at this point. I mean, I've wanted to do Junior A for years, but that's confusing right now with what's going on with college and the whole BCHL, CGHL split, which is still a big old mess. And it would also mean adding a ton of teams and really slowing down the game. But the whole playoff system for Junior A would be really entertaining to have. So maybe someday if we can figure out how to make the game a lot faster than it is right now, or if we just wait until everybody has much more powerful computers. What were you going to say?
So 5 years. So no, I was 5 years from now is what you're saying when everyone has more powerful
Yeah.
computers. Uh,
Okay, and I was going to show you the training thing. Oh, the other thing, may be able to find some examples of this. I'm just going to look at the best players in college hockey, and I think if we're going to, with any luck, we'll be able to see. Yeah, there we go. This is a good example. We've got a Finnish guy who originally comes over to Canada, plays for Brantford in the OHL until he's 19, and then jumps to Princeton. So you're going to be seeing a lot more of this in the game now. Guys who play a few years of major junior and then go on to play college hockey, and it'll make college hockey a lot more uh, recruiting out of college hockey a lot more interesting too. And actually, yeah, there we go. Because we're right at the beginning of the season, and it's just assigned the new players, so you can see some of the best guys haven't even played a game in college yet. We got a guy coming. Oops. Yeah, from Baie-Comeau in the Q. And are any of these guys not ex-junior guys? Oh, there's a guy that came out of the North American League. So you still see some guys going the traditional route, but you'll also get a lot more moving out of junior hockey, and it's something you're going to have to contend with when you're managing a junior team too. You're going to have college teams stealing your players, which is annoying, but it's kind of beyond your control. So keep your top players happy. And
as
the other
happy
thing
as you
is
can.
the transfer portal hasn't opened up yet this year, but look at the last year's one, and you can see just scrolling down, the real life numbers are I think there are a couple of 100 players entering the transfer portal. Maybe it might still be a little low here because it's not. Yeah, some picks are getting skipped. I can probably bump that up a little bit more, I think. But you can see
Boiled
the
egg. Sorry,
okay,
just in the chat. You said KHL. What do you mean by that? Sorry, continuing, Jeff.
KHL.
Well, yeah, he's.
Yeah,
I
that KHL right there. That one that's you can play in right now.
no, I'm thinking. I'm wondering if he's talking about historical
Yeah,
KHL.
that's a whole nother question. Because now that I've got, I mean, the big things that I wanted to add to historical were, North American minor leagues and the whole suite of the various international tournaments, which are pretty much all in now, I guess, except for the World Cup. We're gonna have to put that in at some point, but that's not a major project. But then now, where do we go from here? So, logical thing might
I
be to
told you.
add a European league, but which one? Because the Soviet league is, well, the Soviet and then the Russian league is going to be complicated to do. Sweden might be a little more straightforward, but they've had changes to their format over the years, and I'm not sure. Actually, I think Elite Prospects data is fairly good for them, so that's one option. But obviously, the Soviet league was the other big league in the world in the for well, 60s through the 80s, basically. So that
It'd be
would be
nice just
interesting
to.
to have. But although I'm not sure if you can really the because the financials don't really translate.
No,
You can't draft people into the army to get them on your team.
I said. I told you this before. I think it would just be great if we just have, much like there was in real life, just the random Red Army team shows up and challenges your team to a game in the middle of the season.
Yeah, it might be doable. But yeah, if we get the Soviet League playable, we could probably do those international tours. Training. That's what I was looking for here. Okay. No, is this because I wasn't active at the start of the? Don't tell me I broke that too. Well, that's going to have to wait till next week then, I think. So I'm not sure why that isn't activating when it should be, unless, wait, do I? Yeah, I think I took it over too late. We got to make that a little more flexible as to when the system activates. But what we can show you is the other fairly big new thing. Let me get the budget stuff done first. Oops.
Rendezvous 87, Boiled Egg says.
Already in. Back to few. Well, in historical, yeah. I'm in modern mode. It's not in the database for here, but just going to advance up to the draft here, and then you can see the new draft day. Yeah, Rendezvous 87 is in historical. What was the 78 or 79 Series Challenge Cup? 79, I think. And then the WA, the Summit Series, obviously, and then the WHA version of the Summit Series 2 years later. That stuff's all in. It's really just the World Cups and the Canada Cups are in. The World Cups are the one main missing international tournament. I got a trade proposal from Dallas. 4th round pick for one of our minor leaguers. Gets us an extra draft pick.
Why not?
And let me just advance this up to draft order announcement. So it'll take a couple of minutes to get here, to get there. One thing you're going to notice when you're going over the draft, the NHL draft, even if you're not in the league in the standard game now, it's going to take a little longer than it used to. That's just because there's a lot more going on in the background because of the it's evaluating pretty much every time there's a new pick whether or not a trade needs to be made and generating rumors and doing that stuff. So that'll be a little bit slower than what you're used to there. Not a huge slowdown, but you may notice it.
Red Flyers, welcome into the chat. Boiled Egg question, random question. Custom leagues, how many teams in relegation can go up and down?
Yeah, we changed that last time, didn't we? That was in one of the later updates.
Well, no, but total, is it just 2 or can you do more?
It's I can't remember offhand what we set the maximum limit to, but it is you can't change the number that go up and down. And draft lottery. Are we in the lottery? Look at that. We've got the
Have fun. I'm crazy loud.
Yeah. How far do we drop here, Adam? Up. LA is moving up. St.
Jeff
Louis
is really
moving
quiet
up.
compared to you. Apparently, your mic's maybe a little too far away, Jeff.
Yep. Hang on, let me pull it up a little bit because my head is turned away to the screen at the side. That a little better? Yeah. Okay.
I mean,
I also got a new pop filter for this mic too, and I'm still trying to figure out how much of a difference it's making. Okay. So the Canucks probably dropping to 5 here. Yes, they are, because we can never win a draft lottery. And the Blues moving up. I think they were 7th or 8th to get the first pick.
Beautiful. So sultry.
I don't think I've ever heard my voice called that before. Okay, we're almost to the draft here, and once we get in, you can see a couple of the new things. And yeah, well, you can see these aren't the actual in-draft trades. This is, I think, yeah, come to think of it, I should probably tune that down a little because I think we've got it The old setting was set to do the draft day trades too. Gotta make a note of that. But the
Oh, that's a name.
what?
Franz Karzlahidi.
Real guy.
Still a great name.
And just waiting for it to load the draft here. What it's actually doing in the background is simulating the whole draft out. Now you can see one of the new things here is it'll give you rumors about what may be going on in the draft. So St. Louis with number 1 overall is looking at Patrick Verville, who we have, well, is the maybe 6th best player. Well, actually, wait. The mock draft says him going number 2 overall, but the rumor says St. Louis is going to take number 1. So that'd be of interest to us if we're looking at moving up in the draft. And then it gives you some rumors about the next few picks, some of which are ahead of us, some of which aren't. But we'll see if they really go for Verville or somebody else. And yeah, the rumor turned out to be correct. So they picked a guy who was maybe not the best one overall, and then you can see the rumors will update after every pick. You can cut it down if there's no trades yet to see, but it will also let you filter out one to one or the other. And I don't think we've got any trade rumors yet. No, not yet. So I'll just work up to ours. I wonder if we should flip that. It might be easier to... Oh, no, it is. It is. Okay. Yeah, and I'm with the next pick. Picks Sundling. And just being careful not to go past my own pick here. There we go.
Who has ever done that before?
Certainly not you, Adam.
No, definitely not.
Okay, so everything we're getting, we normally have some trade rumors here. I can always jump forward a little bit, and we should get some of those. And we should get some actual trades as well. But let's see, who do we got? Our scout says McAneely, the goalie. Oh, a couple of goalies in the top 2 spots. Lisi, the defenseman, is a safe pick, and even the risky one is McAneely. Wow, it doesn't. Junior B, that seems like a big stretch. And Czech goalie. Let's go with, what was the name there? Lanalisi, good name. Yeah, he's from Kelowna too. Oh, that's odd. The pick until human broke. Yet another thing. Hang on, let me make a
Now, if you
note.
go back to draft it, go back to draft, and it'll be there.
Oh, right, yeah, I'm on the ski. That's that old thing. I'm an idiot. Okay.
No, it should be there, but yeah.
Yeah, pick until human. And it will pick until human. Now, we should, if we get a trade offer, it will interrupt this. And you can see it's sort of grinding away here because it's got to go through a lot. And the AI is now evaluating every time there's a pick. The teams involved in the draft, at least, no, I think it does it for all of them. They'll evaluate whether or not they want to move up, or if it's their pick, if they want to trade that pick down.
Oh, wait here.
Yep.
Smelly Wrestling Geek says, any upgrades coming to the Team Harmony system, more specifically the ability to discipline players involved in off-ice incidents?
Not right now. That's still yeah, I guess that would sort of fit in there. I'll think about it. Because you can criticize them, but I guess that's not specifically disciplining them. And there, okay, there we go. You can see there's a trade rumor for the Flyers that the pick that we were on when I started that they may be willing to trade their current pick. I probably should have gone through this next pick by next pick, and you would have seen that. I'll do that when we get up to the next human pick. I didn't even check to see when our next pick was. We might have traded away after the draft. But yeah, you can see it here. It's taking a little bit longer than normal to get through the draft, and there we go. Okay, and yeah, the most recent rumor is that LA might be interested in trading up for a pick. So I could go talk to LA and possibly make a trade with them. And you can see that there was a trade that happened. Oh yeah, we're into the third round, so he must not have had a second rounder. That's why it took so long. And what happened there was San Jose got Anaheim's third round pick from Colorado, which was 65th overall. I guess San Jose wanted to move up a few places because they were worried somebody they wanted was going to get taken before then. So they threw in a fifth rounder with their third rounder to move up 4 places. And who was the guy that they wanted so badly? 65th overall. Chris Sachinski, another Kelowna Rocket. So for some reason, whatever reason, he fit into Anaheim's plans really well. They were worried that he was going to get picked before they got to draft him 4 picks later. So they offered a fifth rounder to upgrade the pick from Colorado. And then you can see another similar trade. Actually, a couple like that. Do we have any that are more pure players? There we go. St. Louis gets the Edmonton second rounder for a player. And you see all this is going along. And again, there's another one there. This is happening during the course of the draft. So it'll be a lot more like a real draft day now. The teams are making deals with each pick, or considering deals with each pick. And you get an idea of who may be going. So it's a lot more interactive now. And you can think about, can I maybe get an extra pick if I trade down a little bit because there's nobody I really want right now. Oh, that goalie looks interesting. And I'm telling me LA may be interested in this pick. We haven't had any offers to us, but that can happen as well. It'll interrupt you even if you're simming until the next human pick. If you get a trade offer, it'll stop you and it'll let you know what the offer is, and you can react to it. So definitely much more interactive than it used to be.
I'm still slightly upset that you went past, didn't take Christmas as your new goaltender.
Take that goalie, and I think that basically shows you how that works. So what else did we want to show you? Well, you're not going to be able to see it that well, but well, you can see the history, I guess. The World Cup of Hockey in the new format is there, and in this game we've had how many of them? 4 of them. 2 to Canada, 2 to Sweden. And the 2028 one looked like that. Oh, and yeah, I know the standing screens are broken. I think the bug that did this is already fixed. I put it in the other night, and I think Malta fixed it yesterday. But it's obviously the point. The stat totals are right. It's just showing them in a weird order. So Canada and the U.S. go undefeated through the round robin. And did they meet in the final? No, Finland in the final, who knocked off the Americans 3-1 in the semifinal. But it gives you the history as it would with any other tournament that's already got the the history has the two earlier World Cups that have already been played before or three rather, 96, 04, and, well, no, they were started the season, so 95, 03, and 16. And the World Cup, when you get to a season where it is, which I think we're 3 years out from one now, it will be played in mid-February. So you'll get the NHL will take a little break, and I think we've set it up so most leagues who could conceivably be providing players to the NHL will take a break in their schedules too. So the best players can all play in the World Cup.
Yeah. Again, a couple other things too, just to mention, again, things that have been asked on our forums and confirmed.
Yep.
When you get to the second season, so 26, 27, the game will go up to 84 games, regular season, as the NHL really is. So the season will kick off earlier, just like it will in real life next year.
Yeah, we didn't have it working in this build yet, because I think I had just sent them the updated schedule either at or after we did this. But yeah, that'll go up to 84 games.
Yeah. And again,
And
this
there's
is still
some elements of the new collective bargaining agreement will be in. I think I posted that somewhere, or did I?
You talked about some.
Yeah, I talked about it a bit. I'll maybe get into that next week.
Well, you said playoffs cap was going to be something that was going to take a little while longer,
that's
correct?
just an absolute nightmare because of the way they've implemented, and people are already finding loopholes in it. So maybe it'll change between now and then. I'm hoping into something that's a little more easy to simulate. But what else? Some of the things. Speaking of the draft, one of the things we've been working on is we improved the way that the sort of super rare generational Gretzky, Crosby type player get created. That's a little more. They can be a little bit better than they used to be now. And we also, we're just working on this last night. I think we've got the fix in. I'm going to have to take a look at it in testing. But there was an issue with the way the really high-end players developed attributes. Like Gretzky, if you start him in 83, or I think it's 83 in a historical game, you'll see some attributes like passing and playmaking up 27 or 28, which normally the range is 1 to 20. You won't if you start him in an earlier year, like if he comes in at 13 or 16, and he develops. You won't see them get quite that high. There was sort of a flaw in the system in handling that type of player that we got figured out, and I think we've got that worked out now. So you'll see Gretzky getting to these full Gretzky-ness in historical games that you don't start when he's already in his prime. And the same thing will happen with the guys the new guys that the game generates now. So you should start seeing more crazily good guys that come along once every, 30, 40, 50 years. So if you play long enough, you may get that kind of guy. And you will have some, I'm looking forward to the screenshots come in with these guys with attributes in the high 20s. And the ensuing amount of scoring they do.
Excellent.
Now the rest of me asking us what teams we plan on rebuilding this year. I don't know, Adam. We haven't really talked about this yet.
No, I do have a thought, but I'm not willing to talk about it quite yet. Just going back to
you want to play the Leafs? Is that it?
No, we've done that once, so that's more than enough. Boiled Egg just asked, you had talked about in our last stream just about some updates coming to the 2D engine stuff.
Yeah, there's something I really want to get in for. Hopefully by the Christmas update. I'm not 100% certain it'll be in for that one, but something that I was working on that I think is going to be relatively straightforward to implement. So other than that, we just basically refined a few things in the 2D engine. Like this, one of the things you may have noticed with our stream last year with the Hawks, Bedard was probably scoring a few too many goals, and that was sort of a problem. The centers were shooting a little too much in the 2D engine. So we've tuned that down a bit. And the last save I looked at, I think that was everything was looking a little better in that department. So there'll be better balance. You won't see centers dominating the goal scoring list.
Yeah, I will also. Oh man, I completely lost my train of thought.
And again, mentioning that just if you're coming in late here, the game will have the proper logos. I just screwed up when I loaded this save and forgot to add the proper ones to the save that Adam sent me.
Yeah. Oh
And
man, I have no idea what it's going to say. It was something important, and it's just complete. Oh, I know what it was.
yeah,
I remember now. Jeff, it's been asked several times, both on our forums and on our Reddit, which is, again, if you're not familiar, our franchise hockey. Is there going to be a big, master change list come out from you?
whenever I get time to do it, yeah, it's we made some changes to our bug reporting system last year, so it's a little tougher for me to get that. I mean, I've just got to pull it from a bunch of different places now, where before I would have had the originals of everything. So
Yeah.
may take me a little longer to do, but yeah, I'll try to get that
It
out
will
for
come.
you. As there's yeah, as usual, there's always a lot of little changes and bug fixes that it's you can't get into.
Yeah.
We don't have enough time to mention here, but you'll be able to. When I get that together, hopefully. Let's see, I got database stuff to do. I'll try to get that in before release. Or post it
If
on
not,
forum,
it'll be
and I need to
shortly
get
there.
the FHM 12
Yeah.
forums FHM forums updated too. So I think we're still out there doing everything in FHM 11. So I'll add a 12 one on our official forums. Adam, have you got the? Have we been posting? I didn't even look the Steam store link. We should be doing that.
It should be coming up through the stuff, but if it's not, I will quickly post it here once I pull it up.
Newsletter, no, I'm not seeing it. Just because it's really useful to us if you haven't wishlisted the game on Steam yet. Just to go to the store page, the FH112 store page, which I'm sure Adam will be posting momentarily. And there you can
I
also go
hold on,
see the
switch.
game trailer. And if you wishlist on there, that gets us that really improve. If we've got a lot of wish lists, even if you're not buying right away, that gives us more visibility on the first day, which is a really, really big issue for Steam sales. And there, I'm just in this game. I went to have a look at the top players in the NHL as of 2041. Landon DuPont, future #1 overall pick.
See if I can do this again. There we go.
Okay, so Landon DuPont in this game wound up going to the Senators. Had a pretty good career and then made a late career move. Looks like that's a trade to the Rangers, where he has his career best season, looks like. So he's still active, but most of the guys you can see, because we're in 2041 now, it's created a lower. We're not going to comment on that last name there. Just imagine what Chris Berman could do with that. And yeah, okay, that's interesting. We're seeing that many 5-star goalies. As there was a fix we had, there was an issue with the goalie stat adjusted talent that seemed to be rating them too low. I got to take another look at that. Maybe that fix came in before this build. Yeah, it might have come to think of it. Okay, so that straightened itself out. Okay, that's just a note to myself. I'm sorry, I'm talking to myself here, but I don't have to worry about that. So that looks good now. Good. Anything else? Questions? Wait, was that a name, Red Flyers?
Yeah, it was. Yes, he's on Dallas. I told you this in the chat last night when we were
Okay
talking.
then. Well,
Dallas's top winger.
good for him. Halton Hills, Ontario. All right, and I believe that's pronounced Coburn. Coburn, not anything else. Coburn. Okay, so we covered everything, I think.
I think most things, and again, we'll be back next week in our final stream right before release, Jeff.
Yeah, we can get into some of the things we weren't able to do this week. Sorry about the training screen. I didn't think about how that actually works. I think I took it over. I started the historical
Well,
game too late, and then I took over the Canucks too late to
this is
make
good
it
to
work
know.
in this. But yeah, we'll have a look
An
at that. We
adjustment
probably
be
need to
made.
make that a little more flexible. Yeah, but we can show
Yeah.
you that next week then.
All right. Sounds good.
Yeah, and are we?
With
Oh yeah,
that,
we're a
then.
little over time.
No, we're about right. We started about 2 minutes late, so
That
we're fine. We can stream for as long as we want, but I think that's kind of a
I've kind of
key
got
point
things to
right now.
do. Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you very much for tuning into another Franchise Hockey Manager stream. We typically stream every Wednesday night at 11 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/franchise hockey manager, as well as twitch.tv/OOTP developments. All of our streams are archived on our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/OOTP developments as well, with stream archives going live Saturdays at about 1 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for our European viewers. You can reach out to us on our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/franchise hockey manager. We are on Bluesky is at Franchise Hockey. You can also find us on Threads, Instagram, just about any social media, usually as Franchise Hockey or Franchise Hockey Manager. And of course, come on down to our official website, which is ootpdevelopments.com. Click on the community button in the top right-hand corner, which will bring you to the official forums. We come talk about Franchise Hockey Manager, on Park Baseball, Perfect Team Go, or anything else you wish to discuss. Jeff, as we already previously mentioned, if you can wish list Franchise Hockey Manager 12, we super appreciate it, and we're glad you're looking forward to it. Jeff, I don't know if we've actually said this as well, but as we have done previously all the time, there is always usually a launch discount. Jeff, is there a launch discount this year?
There's a 10% launch discount, yes, for the first week that the game is available.
There you go. So perfect time to buy. It would be during that first day even. Right? And yeah.
Yep, ideally the first day. That gets us off to a good start, and then we hopefully sell more games on the ensuing days because it stays up nice and high on Steam's front page.
Absolutely. All right.
But
With
yeah,
that,
I think with that we'll be back next week and show a few more things and answer any other questions that have come up, and I can hopefully show you a little newer build with a couple of these little bugs worked out. But that I think gives you an idea of what's new in the game. So thanks for coming out, and we will see you in a week from now.